your entire order free. Call or go online to buyaquacare.com. Order now.
The problem of home burglaries, nothing new, happens all across the nation, but police and homeowners in one ultra-rich California town are trying a new tactic to bait the burglars. Atherton, California is the most expensive zip code in America. It's located 3 miles from Silicon Valley. It's home to NBA star Steph Curry and former Google CEO Eric Schmidt. In just 2 days, 5 homes were reportedly targeted there, and now residents are offering up their homes as bait in a new police sting operation to catch burglars in the act, with certain items inside each home equipped with special tracking devices. There's also special surveillance technology placed all throughout the selected home. So joining me now is Atherton Police Commander Dan Larson. Commander Larson, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. First of all, how did the idea of volunteering to have homes actually burglarized even come about?
Well, thank you very much for having me. And the idea actually came out through one of our officers, Officer Rivera. One of the things we did in Atherton is we really work hard to leverage technology and work hand in hand with our community. And the community are really the eyes and ears of our community involvement. And that's really what we need is their assistance. That's key to getting this. And one of the officers came up with a bait house program where the idea behind it is that we kind of know what the burglars are targeting, the kind of property that they're taking. And what we want to do is we're going to put GPS trackers in these items of property that we've identified that are attracted to the burglars. So when they do come into town and they do burglarize a house, we're able to track them and their whereabouts once they take the bait property.
You know, and Commander, just talk about the crimes that have already happened, because at the top of this, we mentioned 5 homes reportedly targeted in just 2 days. That certainly seems like a high and unusual number.
Yes, and so far this year in 2024, we've actually had 12 burglaries at the entirety for the town of Atherton, and our investigations unit is doing a great job. They're actively working on doing all these follow-ups and following up on any leads that they have. And this is just another step where we are trying to do everything that we can to apprehend the people that are burglarizing our community.
How are these crooks even gaining access, Commander? Because we just saw in that graphic there, the average home price is $7.5 million. So one would imagine that these homes have pretty extensive security.
They do. There are a lot of homes that do have extensive community or security. There's also homes that are on the older end that don't have such lavish security systems. And, you know, that's one of the things that we are investigating and currently investigating exactly how they are making entry into these homes and how they are targeting these homes. Luckily, the homes that they're targeting so far have been vacant, which is a good thing for, you know, the safety of our community that they are targeting the vacant homes. And that's one of the things that we're investigating is how they are knowing that these homes are vacant prior to committing the crime.
Now, I feel like there's an obvious question here. This is being publicized, which means there is the obvious chance the would-be burglars will learn about this at some, juncture. Is that the point, Commander, to deter them possibly before they even commit the crime?
That is one of the objectives. This is definitely, there is a deterrent factor in it, as well as the apprehension factor of getting these homes set up and getting the program going.
And I have to ask this, too, before I let you go, Commander. Has the department received any pushback on the fact that this strategy is being deployed and used on these lavish multi-million-dollar homes when, there are other much less wealthy areas that are burglarized and maybe don't get this same level of attention?
We do have a very good community, a very supportive community. And so far this program we haven't received any pushback. And I've seen some of the other press that we've been getting talking about how we are inviting burglars and we want them to come to town so we can apprehend them. That's not the case. Unfortunately, Atherton is a target for this type of crime. And so they're going to come here, and our goal is to deter them and apprehend them if they do continue to come. And part of publicizing this is I'm hoping that other communities that are seeing this program will reach out to us and we could assist them with getting them up and running with a similar type program as well.
And before we go, and that's a very good point, because obviously, crime is never good anywhere at any time. Talk to us a little bit more about the actual surveillance and how that's going to work. Or what you can tell us.
Well, one of the things we don't want to tip our hand too much and give away all of our secrets before we get the program up and running. But, some of these GPS trackers, they give us live updates exactly where the property's going. So it's also the logistics of, do we want to apprehend right here when they were at our town, or do we want them, let them go back to wherever it is they go after they commit their crimes, and potentially recover all of the property and get the whole crew of, and find out exactly where they're going and where everything's happening.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.